Hi guys, it's Ayami
and Dallas,
and we're here with your daily dose.
Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of D.O.S.E, and today we're here with a special guest.
Yeah, and that special guest would be Colin Dowse.
We brought him on today to talk about people in our community and how things that they do often go overlooked. And we thought it'd be nice to bring him on here because Colin actually has done a lot in his free time.
Should I elaborate? Okay, so yeah, in my free time, I'm actually an award-winning filmmaker, editor, director, and actor. So
Preach.
Basically, my big break was when I won Best Picture at the All-American High School Film Fest, which is the biggest student film festival on earth. Takes place in New York City with this 20-minute short called Smile. And I made Smile back when I was in quarantine, and I was pretty bored, and I heard about this festival. I was like, I got this idea. Let's turn it into a 20-minute short and see what happens. And it ended up being the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. And since then, I have taken upon myself to get a job working editing for a media company. I am also the vice president of the school's film club. And, I'm just thriving on this one thing that really makes me happy. And I'm enjoying it a lot.
I thought it was really interesting to bring you on because you did that over quarantine by yourself, and you went on to win this huge award and become known for something that you did for fun. And I thought that was really important to bring up, especially because you don't talk about it a lot at school, and like you should be acknowledged for all your hard work that you did.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, it is kind of talked about at school because like we've seen the posters like in Granberry's room.
He's a big fan.
And we've, it's been discussed in like film club and everything, but it's about like the background behind and like the efforts that were put into. Because for me and Ayami, we were there for like the entire process of like, well, maybe not the entire process, but for like pretty much most of like when you started like filming and like creating your like ideas and then putting them piece by piece together. And not a lot of people get to experience that, and not a lot of people get to understand like the meaning of why you did it in the first place, or like, the reasoning of wanting to create something like outside of yourself and wanting to put something on for show for other people to enjoy and to create, a masterpiece.
I wouldn't call it a masterpiece, but thank you. I think for me, what like I did get a lot of recognition for doing that film, but what I wish a lot of people realize is it wasn't about the resources I had, because I did the film with a $300 camera I got off eBay, a cheap tripod, and pirated editing software. And I did it for next to nothing, and a lot of people were like, well, yeah, he just has a bunch of equipment. But a couple of things I want people to take away from that, especially emerging filmmakers, is that all you need to do is to pick up a camera and go shoot something. Everyone's got a phone these days, they can just edit, record on iMovie, and it will look just fine. I mean, that's how I started. I was just goofing around. The majority of my film has been shot with an iPhone 6. It wasn't until this one that I stepped up just a little. So that's kind of one thing I wanted some people to take away from it.
Yeah, it's not about the things you had, it's just what you did with it. And what you did is really impressive. And I think you don't really stress enough like how hard you worked towards this one short film that you didn't even know was going to get anywhere. And like you said, it has changed your life. Like you're going to a festival in October to be recognized for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people that do these things in their free time, they don't get the recognition for it. Like some people, they like their interests can't just be shown off all the time, and it might be hard to bring up in conversation, but it's something that they are passionate about and really enjoy. Like for Dallas, it's art and creating stories from dreams that you've had, which is really cool and impressive. And just to be able to talk about it, it must be really nice just to share all the things that you did and what it did for you.
And I just want to say, I don't want this to all be about what I've been doing, but plenty of my friends do a lot of pretty amazing stuff. Ayami, you write poems. Aren't you doing a novel right now? You're actually writing a novel. See, I don't think anyone knows about that yet. So for me, it's like, don't be afraid to show your hard work off, because if you work hard towards something every day, then you totally have the right to show it off, because it's what you're doing. And for me, filmmaking, editing, and all that storytelling stuff, it's just part of my life. It's just what I enjoy doing. And if you enjoy something that much and you're that passionate about it, don't be afraid to show it off.
I mean, I think for me, at least with my novel, it's kind of one, I'm not really the type of person to show off what I do in my free time, but also it's a difficult thing to bring up. And some of my close friends, like you guys know about it and have read parts of it, and Dallas has known the whole storyline from the very idea of it that came from a dream to me having a half-finished novel at 16 and still continuing it. And I actually have an already finished novel that I'm just waiting to publish someday. And sometimes I do wish I could talk about it, but it's just nice to know that some people know about it. So you don't always need to share it if you don't want to, but it is okay to share what you do and to be proud of what you've done.
Yeah, most of all, be proud of what you're doing, because if you're working at it, you should be proud of yourself. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, thanks, Colin, for those really nice words and being super supportive to all those
Aspiring filmmakers.
Aspiring filmmakers and hopefully aspiring entrepreneurs out there, because a lot of people our age out there are conquering the world and creating a huge impact, especially our generation in general. There is a pretty huge gap between our generation and others when it comes to the viewpoints that we have and how a lot of things are changing thanks to the generations before us pushing for it and us making that final break. So it's pretty amazing to see what everyone, our fellow Gen Z,
can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, lots of talent.
Speaking of talent, today is American Businesswoman Day, and we kind of wanted to bring light to that. It's also Elephant Appreciation Day.
Sick. Are you guys gonna appreciate an elephant today?
Yeah, I'm gonna go find an elephant to appreciate.
I just want to say how much I appreciate the entire species of this
All
trunked, big, gray animal. What color is an elephant? Can they be different colors besides gray and brown?
Can they? I think they can be
so.
Brown.
Yeah, I
think that's
love
just
those
them
colors.
covered in mud.
Okay.
They use that as a way to make sunscreen.
I love elephants. Just putting that out there.
They're pretty cool.
And I like peanuts.
Well,
so I'm like an elephant.
Thank you for listening to us talk about people in our community. And thank you, Colin, for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having
being
me.
so open. And thank everyone just for appreciating elephants today.
Mm-hmm.
Go hug an elephant, guys.
Go hug an elephant.
Go get an ice cream cone.
If you want.
If you want.